he has very vast experience about businesses, learning and development areas. And he had faced means like guided many international conferences, hypnosis, and workshops. So we are very fortunate to have him on this platform. So I'd like to hand over to the Dr. Ram for this his guidance. Hello,
Good
Dr.
evening,
Ram.
all. Yes.
Thank you very much, Rahul. It was wonderful, and welcome, Dr. Ram.
Good evening, all. Thank you, Dr. Halima, Mr. Rahul, and Mr. Sushant, and Dr. Shalu, and Minal, the entire team. It's my great pleasure and honor to come and join this program today. Today, I'm going to speak about entrepreneurial leadership in your career opportunities. I will start with my slides. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Thank you. Good evening, all. Today, the major problem for every firm, as well as the person who are working in a firm, they are facing a lot of challenges. There are a lot of opportunity, but as rightly pointed out by Mr. Rahul, there are always problems associated with any activities. So, who are having the vision as well as correct mission to foresee with the problems, to foresee with the risk, they can easily point out the solution as well as they can find the winning strategy. So according to that, we are looking forward, even a pandemic situation during the entire 2020 mask as well as reduce a lot of regular activity, even in many areas, but we are looking for the new normal, how to lift up, how to engage our life very efficiently or effectively. Good evening, all. My name is Dr. B. Ramanathan. I am the founder and managing director of ACE International Private Limited, Singapore. ACE, Aspire Community Excellence, the acronym. And we are looking for the global opportunity. So we put ACE International Private Limited. As earlier they introduced me, so I don't need to go very detail about myself. So we can able to see the top 20 startup companies who are getting failed because of these reasons. The major reasons, that is no market need. They don't see the market, the reality, how it is going to fit with them. Ran out of cash. The cash flow is very important for any firm or any activities they want to operate, and not the right team. That is the main concern. So today we are going to focus on this opportunity, how to build a right team with the right persons. So leadership is one of the grooming skill, best grooming skill of a person. How do they able to groom it? They have the power, they visualize the opportunity, and they are engaging with different skill sets to learn, and they are motivating by themselves by learning as well as creating the opportunity how to motivate in a period of time, and they are taking the ownership, the responsibility. Role and responsibilities are very important. Teamwork efficiency is very important, because without team you cannot able to execute any kind of concrete work or any kind of adaptiveness to engage in your business. Communication skills are very essential. It is making you, whether you are becoming a good leader, making the people to be motivated and engaged in the right way as well as correct aspects. Competencies are very important, because today the employer is looking for task completing competency people. So that is the way the recruitment change its name by talent acquisition. What is very important. Two minds may not think alike, but how do you engage the two minds make you align together and winning in your strategy? So how do we able to foresee the C-suite employees? C-suite, nothing but it is Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Chief Operating Officer, Chief Information Officer, who are providing the support as a leader for the whole organization. And they are looking for the opportunity to turn into business profit. Here you could see the hierarchy level from the chairman, board of chairman, or board of advisor, board of directors. These are all the very important positions in a company, and there are many people who associate with the similar cadre. You know very well, chief executive officer is the key person or the role for the company to run in front of any problem or any solutions they need. So other supporting officers like chief operation officer, chief financial officer, chief administrative officer, chief information officer, and so on. So last 5 years, we could see the C-suite positions added the value for the entire global sectors. It's 20% major position is chief innovation officer, then chief digital officer, chief strategy formation officer, chief data mining officer, chief ethical issue, because client relationship entirely depend with the ethical issues, and chief growth officer like that. So we need to look into the new normal condition as well as who are empowering to do the support for the organization to withstand the hardship. The key principles elements, the entrepreneur leadership is look for the successful startup, how to win in the business strategy. It is not only task over the completion, just finish the projects, but they need to take the responsibility to make the company with a profit. So the entrepreneurial leadership takes some kind of necessary important roles that is very, very important from the leadership aspects, employee engagement, performance towards with the productivity, engaging with the good customer satisfaction, as well as novel innovation or product development strategies, returns for the shareholders, because the company is entirely depending with the cash flow. So the investors are the key element who are pumping in the money to create the opportunity for them to run the company. So that is the important thing for the chief execution officer or any kind of similar role personalities. Most important leadership qualities, how do we able to foresee? They must need to have the higher level of creativity, the innovation, think differently, think out of the box, work extra mile aspects. So these are all very, very important. Then the integrity. How do they able to show their trustfulness or confident to raise upon the team as well as the company. Trust is something for the global manner, because if you are doing something the business in the local level without foreseeing with the global aspects, you cannot win in the long run. So that's why the Nokia and the Ambassador or any other company you can point out, they are gone because of the strategical plan they don't able to bring together. So the world top 10 leadership competency skills, how do we able to think about? And there are 5 important themes we can able to foresee with our goal sets. Strong ethics and safety operations, self-organization. If you don't have the self-enterprising or organizing capacity, you cannot convince other people to believe on it. Efficient learning, that is very, very important for the people who are learning and they are improving their strategies in the next level. Nurtures your growth, that is also very important. Learning agility is the big boon. It is supporting a lot for the people who want to build up certain kind of categories in coming years. Connection and belonging to the level, that is very, very important. Reality is your strength. If you don't have the connection to the reality, what is available, what is not available, you could not able to foresee with the growth perspectives. The principles for the key element, that is very, very essential for the entrepreneurial leadership roles. How do they able to standards for social and self-awareness, that is most important one, and who are having the stands for social, environmental, economic responsibility and the sustainability. And then the cognitive ambidextrity, decision making approach, that is very, very important, because decision making is everything. So if they don't have the correct capacity to decide on the right way, they cannot able to withstand. they cannot able to overcome the problem. So the entrepreneurs must use the prediction as well as the creation logic for that. The key dimensions for entrepreneurial leadership, we must know ourselves. That is the very first key element. Focusing on the problems or focusing on the ground root or ground status, that is very, very important. Without that focus, you cannot uh, go for a long way and you are blind to proceed further. Having a clear vision for the futuristic aspects, futuristic development, futuristic challenges. Great communication skills are must needed, because without communication, I'm talking now, you are listening to my talk. If the communication is not strong enough, it is not going to solve our needs. Adaptability to the environment, continuous learning, that is the learning agility is the key factor for every leadership personality. Create an atmosphere which is very conducive for your sustainable growth. That is very, very important for a person to look for. The essential aspects for the entrepreneur leader, you must take your own initiative. You must have your responsibility. You are taking your ownership. I'm the responsible person for this kind of aspects. And demonstrate your entrepreneurial creativity, because there are many elements, many factors you need to create, which is not available or which is going to be implemented in the near future. You have to plan well, you have to procure the sources and resources according to the strategical point of view. That is the way the entrepreneurs who are looking for the leadership skill oriented personality to come and join with the firms. You must take your risk, because any novelty, any new innovation, 100% it is having lot of risk. There are so many compliance, so many regulations, so many statutory bodies advice. You need to follow everything carefully. The four important things, how do you able to engage and convince the thing to achieve the best results? Organizational results, employees, performance results, investors who are believing on you and invest again and again on your firm. That is also very good growth perspectives. And customer results, because customer centric is the prime goal set of any business or any key personalities. So without customer satisfaction, you cannot able to win in long run. We have to compare what is entrepreneur and manager. We know sometimes we are having the confusion whether the manager also a leader. Certainly, they are the buffering people who are sandwiching personality between the entrepreneur and the lower cadre people. So entrepreneurs are having more vision. They are taking all the risk. They are responsible for their finance. They are making their achievements greater because of their responsibilities. But the manager, they are very luxurious guys. They are looking for the salary. They are looking for the promotion. They are looking for some kind of things without any kind of intervention about the futuristic sustainability. That is the way the manager position is a key element for operation and execution. How do we differentiate the entrepreneurs and leadership? We have more demands and many tasks, but how do they approach with a different kind of mindset? The entrepreneurs are thinking about the profit, but the leaders how to make the change towards with the betterment. And the time frame, entrepreneurs wanted to make it very short, but leaders are looking for the futuristic aspect. That is the way. The entirely the mindset is different for entrepreneurs and leaders. But those who are having the mixed personality or the combinatorial mindsets, entrepreneurial leadership, who are creating the value for the company as well as the business. So we have to think about the roles. What are the important roles the entrepreneurs or leaders who are looking for? They must need to have a proper purpose, and they must need to guide the team to build strong and make them to win in a star value performance. Establish the ownership for getting higher value results. Develop the team members with the fullest potential, because they have to motivate, they have to encourage, they have to support them. Then only the team can able to work for the betterment. Right now, the pandemic situation had changed work from home. There are many people who lost their job. They could not able to transfer their careers to each other. So we must need to focus all things to the careers. And agent the experience, because they need the people who can able to come and support in the lower level. But when the people who are accumulating their experience and they are getting the value or a star value performer, chief level officers, they are getting the position into the particular category. How do you get the transformation from the position to another level of higher level? So there are a lot of emergency factors available. Entrepreneurial system, adaptive space, and operational system, where the organization is looking for the leadership. They are enabling the people who want to showcase their leadership quality or capable mindset. Perspectives. One way about Sundar Pichai, who is the CEO of Google. So that is the way you can able to take the role model. And there are many CEOs, Satya Nadella. So many people, they are working as a CEO of big venture companies. A day in the CEO, how do they able to perceive their day-to-day life? It is not only getting the higher salary, it is not only mentioning about skills or performance values, it is having a lot. We know certain things, but we don't know many things. So they are getting the ability of the company. It is the change 2008, whether the list of companies, according to the condition of 2018, the 10 years of difference, the listed top listed companies getting changed. Now 2018, Apple is the topmost, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tencent, these kind of companies not available when 2008. But the 2008 company may not be able to get into the position of 2018. We don't know how it would be in 2029. So we are looking for more opportunity who are providing the support as well as capacity to lift up the company into the top listed company. So that is the way the global companies, they are looking for more valued for people who are coming out from the current workforce, who are having the clear roadmap for constructing their career perspectives to increase the value, improve the strategies, then only they can able to get this kind of entrepreneurial leadership positions. How the leader looks like, because we need to look for an iceberg which is floating on the water, but we cannot able to see the ocean which is underneath the water. So the submerged condition, we could not able to see. But the visionary people who are the leaders, who are having the ability, they can able to think and they can able to find it out properly. They can see the entire iceberg, how it will be. That is the way they are making the decision, which is getting the successful strategy to improve the company performance. So the leader approach towards with the work, towards the knowledge, towards with the creation, which are going to make the company into the next level or upscale into the next level of business. Thank you so much. We are waiting for your other talks to make the people to think as well as entertain, engage all for great success. Thank you so much. Over to Dr. Halima.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ram. It was really an insightful to see that how and what qualities are required to be an entrepreneurship. And now let me invite our next speaker. And may I request Dr. Ram to kindly introduce our next speaker, Dr. Shalu Sehgal. Dr. Ram, over to you.
It's my great pleasure and I'm very happy. Yes, thank you, Dr. Halima. I'm very happy to introduce Dr. Shalu Sehgal, the YouTuber at Salt's Corner. She's very enthusiastic and energetic lady. She's having 16 years of experiences as an assistant professor in Department of Business Management, Sholan Institute of Life Sciences and Business Management. She's passionate in working with students to teach and transfer knowledge and skill sets to guide, help, and build us to succeed in their career as well as personal life. It is the most appreciable thing for a teacher, good teacher, who are guiding and uplifting the students to get into the workforce or career opportunity in a better way. I warmly welcome Dr. Shalu Sehgal. Come on. Thank you so much.
And beautiful introduction. Hello, everyone. Good evening to all who are there here present today. Ram, please share the screen. Yeah, thank you. Again, good evening to all, and you all have given us your important and precious 2 hours. So it is our duty to tell you about available good careers and employability for you in this decade. So let me start what actually we are offering for you as every individual is continuously looking out to do something unique when it comes to the career. And as we all know how much the digitalization and IT is on the boom. So having a career in digital world is going to keep you into the win-win situation always. If you look into upcoming careers that we will talk here and opportunities, there's a lot of scope in digital world. Or we can say or name it as a digital future, DigiWord, marketing digital skills, and many more names you can give it. So friends, I just want, before starting showing you the next slide, can I ask you all, are you student or a professional? Can you type in the chat box so that I should know about the audience, what kind of people are here today, so that we can share that knowledge. Student, thank you, Saista, sorry. Yes. Students, anyone else, please type so that I should know about this. Okay. Oh, student, okay.
Looks like most of the students.
Okay. Thank you everyone. So then I have no idea what kind of things I can share with you, and we can put more emphasis on those careers for you. The best part about this field is that you do not need to worry about which education stream or field you belong to. Don't worry about them. You can just, you are supposed to just be lawyer, you want to be engineer, teacher, or anything. You just have to put a suffix of digital person. So now you must be thinking how that is possible. We will discuss in a few minutes. So Dr. Shalu, that will give you an overview of different sector in this decade. Thank you, Rahul, for putting the next slide. Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah.
There are students. I'm just starting because most of the people are here student today. So I think there is no problem if I call you students or you. So there are different level or categories of digital skills available. Like it is written on the slide: base digital skill, enhanced digital skill category, and very specific digital skills. It is fair to say that digital age and competencies. Everybody's definition will be different. Like for me, it is different. For my friend Rahul is different. Dr. Ram, the digitalization definition is totally different. Everyone is. And so as government and organizations design interventions to address digital skills needs. So it is really different. We have categorized those into three categories. The first is baseline digital skills. Digital skills literacy require us in the vast majority. Earlier, we saw Microsoft Word, presentation skills, Microsoft Excel, all these things were there, which were considered in the baseline digital skill. Spreadsheet was also there. So these proficiencies are increasing and becoming a basic skill required for a majority of occupation. Then I will talk about the second category, the enhanced digital skill category. Like competencies in and on knowledge of IT tools, including computer programming languages, are required in this. And third, which is very specific digital skill, is required for more technically oriented jobs. Areas like customer relationship management, softwares, computer networking, digital media, design softwares, social media tools, and search engine analysis. And we will talk about all these things in next slides. Next, please. Let us talk about the digital skills scopes. And digital skills are becoming a universal requirement for employment in any field and offer a gateway to higher salary or pay. As people move up the career ladder from low to high skill jobs, there is increased demand for specific digital skills, and acquiring these skills makes career progression a mode. Like if we talk about the first point, we have written here digital skills are near universal requirement. I will say everyone, they require high skill jobs, and they are now required across the full span of labor market, ranging from entry level to the call center to the sophisticated workers. Information technology is required at every step. And if we talk about the higher pay salary, all the baseline digital skills are important, no doubt. Like I told you, Microsoft Word is required everywhere. So, but the digital skills provide a gateway to the middle and high skilled people, like area that lies at the heart of the job. Like designers require Adobe, Photoshop, engineers, CAD, CAM, marketers use CRM tools. So many different names you must be hearing today. Next slide, please. Other we can say productivity software programming, computer networking, all these things. Maybe you have heard, or maybe in the coming slides you will see what actually we are doing. And I would rather say specific digital skills will help workers to avoid the risk of automation also. Okay, so now every industry, talk about any industry, any sector, they need information technology help. So IT has entered and benefited all sector of industry. Now IT professionals, design, they need the purpose of them in the industry is design, support, and maintain computer hardware, software for various industrial and individual applications, and are much sought after for their expertise and experience. Look at this: banking, financial, retail, media, pharma, automobile, manufacturing, telecom, hospitality. Everything. There is only one word, that is IT, technology, digitalization, digital world. They become the part of the companies. Next slide, please. So in the next slide, whether to say IT or information technology. So okay, now the next one. Yeah, I will use the word IoT. So before going in the slides, I would like to tell about IoT a little bit. This is a network of devices which are actually, IoT means Internet of Things, which is actually a network of devices connected through the internet which obtain and transmit data. This is useful for transmitting the data, so you can understand how data is important. Everything, whatever we are doing today, even that is actually stored in the form of data only. So Internet of Things is the independent communication occurring between objects that allow the optimization of operations, reduction of cost, boosting productivity, and improvement of lives. So you can see IoT's importance. Just by the name you can understand. But now how IoT is putting the impact in these sectors. So first I will take as a BFS, that is the banking sector, financial services. So look at the picture, even the photograph, we can check and understand. Talking about the networking of the branches, computerization, ATM networking, from processing loans, managing customer relationship, and enabling internet banking, everything. There is what? IoT. There is the computers, there are digitalization. So you can understand that a lot of future in this with the help of IoT in the banking also. Next slide, please. Yes, and CFOs need to be prepared for the new world. Time to act is now. There is a massive opportunities for digital transformation within the finance function. So you can understand a lot of future career opportunities are coming in the form of banking, and just with the one word, that is digitalization. Yes, next. Yes. Most important, we have just victim, or we have seen all this corona. So health sector is already at the boom. So, and IoT has again the role, they have played the role, like IoT has the potential to change the way healthcare is delivered through a significant technology. Physical devices such as weighing scale, thermometer, patient's vital monitoring, जैसे कि ब्लड प्रेशर लेते हैं, हार्ट से चेक करते हैं, कुछ भी करते हैं, everything is actually connected with IoT now. The special thing to share real-time information, that is very important. So you can see processing the information, again the data, catalog, patient history, empty medical transcription, managing bill and insurances, again managing logistics. All these things are there in the healthcare. So, and again, there are so many careers available in health. Just you have to add few words in your careers, that is digital. So application of IoT enable collection, recording, analysis of huge volume of data. Like you can see remote patient monitoring, clinical care is there, medical adherence there, early preventions, applications are there on your, that is there on our phone. We just have to call doctors and ask the things. Wellness programs are available on your mobiles only. Next. And there is a huge network of, huge network of connected medical devices. You can see in this way, healthcare start working now. You can see ambulances, call centers are there for health centers, just a call away. So everything is working on IoT base. So there are careers like I already shared with you. There will be so many careers in healthcare that I gave in a list earlier. Now the next sector is airlines. Again, IoT is just enhancing passenger services, customer care. So as in our marketing or in our business school, we call customer is our God. So enhancing passenger services to coordinating flight operations, everything is done with the help of IoT. Keeping tracks, airline cargoes, logistics, managing fuels, coordinating one aeroplane to the another aeroplane. Everything is with the help of IoT. So you can see another opportunity is available for you because of IoT in airlines. Yes, now I request my friend Rahul to take the next slide about the manufacturing industry. Please, Rahul.
Yes. So not only IoT, AI or machine learning or whole industry 4.0 is manufacturing industry is playing with all of these things. They are experimenting with the AI, IoT, machine learning, data science, because there is a huge number of data in just in manufacturing. It is data is not limited to for some like a cloud industry or say uh, where coding happens, or just not in healthcare. Like if you see these robots here, there are it's difficult to count even, but say even 50 robots running say 16 hours a day. So each time, each position, each second position is recorded and it is stored somewhere for longer period of time, and it is important to gauge the data, repair work, so a lot of things. So I'm just giving one example. It is very small example of data, how data is important. As you many of you must have heard about data is new oil. So data is these things. There are a lot of things we need to record, keep record, use it for some other things, programming, customer it's like customer tracking, or say trainings, internal trainings, external trainings. For any lot of things there data is required. So I just gave one example about the robots and their positioning. Even their positions are recorded each and every moment. So this is just a small example about how data is important and how data science is acting in manufacturing industry basically. So AI or basically industry 4.0 is like it is end-to-end solution, giving end-to-end solution. What is end-to-end solution is nothing but from supplier end or the start of the project, any like a concept of the car, even it is in the head of some one single designer or small designer of team, they are thinking about a car. From that, the industry 4.0 or AI starts coming into the picture. IoT is coming to the picture while the we start actual design, and obviously it goes till the like customer support. So you can see it's not limited only for manufacturing, only for design. It is end-to-end solution. Industry 4.0 is providing end-to-end solutions. So in that, it is like managing suppliers, subcontractors, distribution of the like not only the car's final product, but the in between, like from suppliers, the like the parts or the material, like the accessories, everything. The distribution is very important part, integral part of manufacturing industry. Apart from that is enhancing operational efficiency. Yeah, you might have heard, seen, not heard, like Maruti had in 2005, around 2000 to 2005, had just 4-5 cars into the market, and that was their portfolio. But now if you see the Maruti's portfolio, it is around 14-15 cars at a time. They have 14 cars we need to produce, what is the data, what customer is asking for. Company tracks record of everything, and that's why the again, as I said, AI and IoT comes into the picture, and that is about operational efficiency. Then capital productivity. Yeah, every each and every company works for the profits. They need to increase profits, give the better technology, better products to the customer, but still they need to take care of capital productivity. It is only possible with the advanced solutions like CRM or SAPs. All that comes under like helps to build the industry 4.0 environment into the industries, manufacturing industries I'm particularly talking about. Because as I as of now, you might have understood that this AI IoT is not a simple thing. They are not like limited for certain scope. It is touching almost every industries, and manufacturing industry is always take lead to experiment with these new latest technologies. So reducing fixed and variable cost. Yes, to increase the productivity, definitely we need to reduce the cost, and for that these IoT AI solutions are there. There are tools, different tools. There are different softwares to do the job in better way. Then mass customization of products. Yeah, as I mentioned about like Maruti's portfolio now, it is complex. So there is a lot of customization. Even if you consider, forget about the portfolio, the one car have different customization solutions. So for that also we need like different very complex system. There is a track record, keeping data, and manufacturing the product as per that. And customization, good example is like just recently I heard news about I think our Indian company Microsoft, the phone making company. They first time in the world offering the customized mobile phone. No one ever thought about that, but it's happening in India. So your phone will be the customized product, whatever you want to do with the, like what camera you want, or what kind of screen you want, what processor you want, you can customize that. I don't know details about what kind of customize, but they are offering the customized product. So that is only possible with the advanced solutions like IoT and AI. And there are many more applications. There are like it is touching like in manufacturing industry, there is a finance part is very important. There is like R&D is very important, and they are also using the industry for 4.0 or nowadays IoT AI part into that. So that is one important thing. And apart from that is like, if we as Dr. Shalu mentioned about like everything is going digital, so there is a digital trade also. So there should be a tangible goods, services, and which should be delivered digitally. Means like their mobile phone we just talked about, it is a very much like a digital product, but it should be delivered digitally. We cannot go in the old fashion. The mobiles available in like shops only. Nowadays more still happen on online than in the shops. So that is the outcome of all the like technology available with us, and that is like AI or IoT. Apart from that is emerging transformative digital technologies. We already discussed about AI and IoT, but the 3D printing is one of the big thing coming with into the like in the manufacturing industry or many other industries also. Again, the latest example I like to give you is about L&T. L&T built a whole one building, house, you can say building, with the 3D printing. So you can imagine how big now it is going. Initially 3D printing was limited for like a 1 feet by 1 feet by 1 feet kind of products, but now it is like it is going bigger. It's like L&T, in our very own L&T company developed one full building with 3D printing. There are experiment happened with the like small ships are developed with the 3D printing. So 3D printing is helping a lot of industries to develop their product faster. The speed is new norm, like to offer the products as early as possible to customer. From concept to the launch, is they are reducing the gaps with the help of the new technologies. Blockchain is one of the big bull is coming into the market, and it will disrupt all data related things. Data, the way we used to handle data will disrupt with the blockchain technology. So that is further new, and that will offer a lot of jobs which are right now not on our radar. We don't know what's going on with the blockchain. We are only right now hearing about the cryptocurrencies and all that, but that will definitely, all the companies are experimenting with the blockchain, how to handle data more efficiently and with more security. So for that, blockchain is coming forward, and that is going to create a lot of jobs. Even the 3D printing, it looks like a small thing, but there are a lot of jobs are coming up with the 3D printing industry. Then there is a digital enablers. You have seen the digital transaction. One of the best thing happened within India is like digital payments. Say last 5 years, one of the best thing happened, or well developed thing happened, is the digital payments. Like even European countries don't have app like Paytm or Paytm like apps, but we are having our own apps and the network for that. App is not big thing, but the network, the infrastructure for those app, or the it's like all the availability, technology availability is very important, and we are leading in that, and we will lead in next 1 decade, and we will offer everything to, it's not only Asia, to the world. And again, that will create a lot of jobs. And next thing is digital goods services. As we discuss about apps, software, video services, like we are talking, we are sitting at the comfort at home, but still we are connected, and we are getting some knowledge, visualizing a lot of things just sitting at home. And that is like possible because of these video services and this Zoom. There are a lot of stuff is there and will come into the future. So yeah, definitely those are the things. And apart from that, yeah, my previous session, I gave some kind of bad news, but here is the good news. So as per WEF, this World Economic Forum, they are talking about new jobs. 9.7 crore new jobs are expected by year 2025. And most of them find their way. It's like they will come through the digital jobs only. So it's not like some other kind of jobs or low-level jobs. They are mostly digital jobs. It will come through Industry 4.0, whatever developments happen with that AI, IoT. So what we are talking about digital is like, if you take the example of mining industry is one of the most old-fashioned industry. Like you have seen the KGF, it is almost like that. It's real like that, like KGF kind of thing. They are not very much connected all over the world. It's not like in India only. They are little bit far away from technology. But nowadays, means even in India, recently again news was like there is a single point of window. Whatever the suppliers, whoever is connected with the mining industry, they will also, means they will get all the information, all the sanctions, everything. It is critical industry, all the sanctions and everything from the single window. That is possible through technology. So that is part of, again, you can say IoT, data science, everything. And through that, the most complex industry or most backward industries benefiting from the latest trends or latest technologies. They are like creating more jobs into mining industry. So you can imagine that kind of industry is benefiting from the technology. Then what about others? Finance will definitely lead from that. Again, farming industry also benefiting from these kind of technologies and creating more jobs through it. It's not reducing the job; it is increasing the jobs actually. And apart from this, we talked about mining, old industries, farming, and all that. But there are some upcoming opportunities. So again, Shalu is the best person to talk about the upcoming opportunities.
Yeah, very well said, Rahul. Thank you very much. Wonderfully explained. Yes, audience and my friends, it's not only about those sectors that we have just talked, but there are many more career opportunities available with just one name, that is digitalization. See, the word is already there, the platform is already there. Now we have to generate the content. We have to generate the content and sell the product in the market. We have to sell that product, and for that reason, we have to make content. We have to produce some products details. We have to sell those things on some platform. So this is another kind of job available for everyone: articles, videos, social posts. Next, Rahul, better how we can sell the product in the market. So these kind of jobs are also available. You can see all these things need social media platforms, just like startups. personal branding, we need such kind of social media, marketing, organizational growth. We need for all these things, we need our digital world where so many career opportunities are available. Yes, Rahul, please next. Now, the growing population of tech-savvy internet users has massively expanded the scope of digital market. So the future is looking great at this specific field. Yes, Rahul, next please. See, there are top 6 area of focus for the most of industries in coming areas. First, we can talk about the social media marketing. It has already increased up to 88%. There's more required people in this field. Search engine optimization, 70%. Content marketing via blogs, that is 56. Email campaign, landing page optimization, search engine marketing. Everything has increased. There is no downfall. You can check the data. Yes, next. And then we can talk about these fields where we can work and make careers, page setups and optimization, manage all social media accounts, writing and scheduling your social posts, social content creation, advanced analytical data, all these things one by one you can read. All these things are available for all of us. So we can create and make our career in these things. Yes, Rahul? Yes, Rahul. Again, this is about artificial intelligence. I request my friend Rahul to put a light on this. Please, Rahul.
Okay, yes. So, like we discussed initially, like we have some confusions also. What is exactly AI? What is IoT? We talked a lot about that. So IoT is again bigger thing, and even the data science and all those things. But I will just give you like these are connected terms. Industry 4.0, you can imagine more about like industries. It's not really very much concern about your startups and all that. But these are AI or data science are even touching the startups, small industries, SMEs, everyone. And I have interacted with many people, like students or some like those are going for the courses of AI or something. They are not very sure about what's exactly is AI and how AI and deep learning, machine learning. So just I will give you, because this is not a platform to teach you about the different means like technology, but just overview, just very quick overview about what is AI and how data science is related to that. So basically, artificial intelligence is big things. It is means like making machines think. That is means like it is layman terms I'm teaching about, talking about, like even if it is a mobile phone or a TV or the cars are trying with the AI most of the day nowadays. So to make machine think, how that is possible? So that is possible with the machine learning. So machine learning is part of AI. So that is many people were not aware about that, and I have talked a lot of people about that. And how machine will learn means there should be some communication. We should teach the machines about certain things. That is possible with the deep learning. That means like the teaching about the machine is called as the deep learning in the bigger scenario. And again, data science is not now not only connected with the deep learning. Data science is touching all this AI, ML, means machine learning and deep learning. So this is a part of means like studying this in detail, and we will cover in that in like some different sessions that we definitely need. This is a bigger subject. You can understand AI is a bigger subject. Data science is creating lot of jobs. I like to repeat that thing. Data is a new oil. Oil is getting backset and data is coming forward. The 2030 or 2021 onwards, there will be data will lead how the countries or the world. And who will lead in the data area, that will lead the world. So that's what happening, and that's why everyone is trying to get latest technologies with the data science. So this is about like AI and data science. So AI is means Deep learning is part of machine learning. Machine learning is part of AI. Okay. So apart from that is yes, this is again, we will not go each and everything, but I will just quickly explain about what is where exactly it's cloud computing, where cloud computing touching which areas of skills. So like product marketing or digital marketing, we already talked. So we'll talk about that, content creation or data and AI will touch the digital marketing. Even the old-fashioned marketing or the marketing is a skill. It is a basic skill. So that is also required for digital marketing. Product development, which nowadays produce a small part digital product, and marketing is simple. That is right now happening in a bigger way. And sales is almost every, because we produce products for the selling. So apart from software development life cycle or the advertising, again, advertising, we can take that example. Again, in that there should be the content. There must be the video or audio. Must be some text format. Then again, there is a data and AI will come into the picture. Marketing, advertising is it is a form of marketing. And again, sales. We need to sell the advertising to the company who wants to advertise their product. Development tools, there is computer networking. Again, computer networking, cloud computing, data and AI. Data means data science they are talking about. Engineering, in computer there is engineering, lot of engineering is there. Again, sales is there. Web development, again, cloud computing. Everything is going on cloud. Servers are taking again backseat. So this is about how each and every industry is getting affected with this data science, cloud computing, and all these things. Again, there are almost 19 things are there. But take a graphic design as an example. Again, there is a content creation will be there. There is engineering. Graphic design is like web page design and whatever it is. There is a lot of engineering behind that. And marketing. You are not creating the graphic design just for the hobby. We need to market it and sell it. So that is important thing. So these are the top cross-cutting specialized skills of this future. You can see that the skills are might be old. The names are old, as Shalu mentioned. There might be digital added to that, but that is run by by very latest technologies. So again, we will discuss all these things in our next sessions. But as of now, we'll go ahead. And this is very interesting. We can understand there are a lot of students, but there might be few people who are in employment. So in 2019, how pandemic have changed the scenario, you can see from this slide. So Python programming or algorithms or regression strategies were the leading in the skills required. Rank was top ranked was Python programming. But after pandemic, after 2021, it is gone down. Python is not much required. It's it is gone below. It is Python programming is going down. But writing literally coming up. That is more required skill after pandemic. How it changed and why it changed is again some deep dive sessions required for that. But these are the things, and you can literally see kindness and listening are coming up. They were not required skills before 2019. But why they are coming? Because kindness maybe it is for some the organization who help the needy people and all those things. So that is for that. Algorithms, you can see algorithms was top third skill required, but now it is coming down and it is almost going out of the required skill. It will require, but because of this data science and all those things, it is there are a lot of simplification in that area also. And there are some people who lost jobs and currently unemployed, or some students who are looking for employment. For them also, Python programming was the topmost skill required. But now it is still there. Python is still leading. So you can take one thing from this session is Python is one of the thing the people are looking at, industries are looking at. Apart from that, like algorithms, writing is again coming up. Artificial neural networks are going down, say. So this slide will give you overview about like what are the skills required. Okay, so there are like problem solving, which was not the part of skills required, but problem solving is now, because a lot of things are machines will do a lot of things, but what people will do, they will do the problem solving. Whatever problems the systems will create, they will solve this problem, and for that people will need, and that will create the jobs. So what will be our offering? So that's what we are talking about in what happening in the industry. So again, Dr. Shalu is the best person now to talk about social media. And
thank you, Rahul. Thank you. So already Rahul has told all of us and all of you that how top careers are there, which are like website content writers, videographies there, search engine marketing, graphic designer, healthcare, industry, farming, everyone needs this digital. Now, our offering in this program is like we have divided into 3 categories, just I have shown you all in the first slide. That is the baseline digital skills. Earlier in digitalization or DigiWorld, we call Microsoft their next products like presentation skill, Excel, all these things were.
Sorry to interrupt both of you, because your sessions are going wonderfully, fantastic. But we have to just keep the time constraint in mind.
Exactly. We are just making it short now. Just I come to the last slide. So these are the offering for the digital course. Like we will talk about this Google, Facebook, Instagram, how they are helping in making careers. Okay, Rahul, the next one. So you can see all the names are there, Google AdSense, Google Analytical. These are the main things that we are going to teach you in this program. And the second point is specific digital skill. I've already explained, we have divided into 3. The second is specific digital skill, where you will learn how to post, make, voiceover music, graphic, texting, everything for the YouTube. Then we will teach you, take the sessions for this thing. Then we will tell you how to promote the things on LinkedIn or through the LinkedIn. Then there is the third, which is very specific digital skill, that is SEO, displaying your advertisement, how social media marketing is helping to promote the product, and very important, that is online reputation management. How to contain or maintain the reputation of your product. So e-commerce is there, how to sell your product, content marketing that I have already told you, influencer marketing, how the Instagram is using all these things. Then measuring campaign effectiveness, and very important, that is CLV, customer lifetime value. We will tell you all about these things in our program. Yes, that's all on our side. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Rahul, Evan. Yeah.
Thank you all. And now again back to.
So, there was instruction. We are just winding up, and thank you. And yes, Dr. Halima.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shalu, and thank you very much, Mr. Rahul Patki. And then after this, it's my responsibility to take some of the sessions. Some time I'm just going to take. So I'm here on the screen. You all can see me. Fine.
So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Halima Saadia.
Thank you very much.
Yes, hello everyone. Again, I just want to introduce my friend Dr. Halima. She's more than everything. She's a mentor. She's a guide. Every time she